Holly here. Today I'm going to show you how to work in the round using circular needles. So there are 3 different ways that you can work in the round. There are circular needles, the magic loop method, and then there is 4 needles. So I'm just going to cast on a bunch of stitches. This is actually my least favorite way to work in the round. You can only use the number of stitches that match the circumference of your circular needles. So anything that you make, like if you make a hat, as it gets smaller at the top, you have to switch to using either a magic loop or the 4 needles method. And if you are making an adult hat versus a child hat, you have to have 2 different sets of needles. So you have to buy more needles, which is just not very flexible to me, and it's just frustrating. But it is the easiest method. So if you just needed to make a very long cylinder, like a sleeve or something, where it's mostly the same circumference the entire duration of the project, then yeah, this is great. But if you plan on making anything else circular in the world, then you will probably graduate to one of the other 2 methods. My favorite is magic loop. And I'm just rambling right now while I cast on a bunch of stitches. You see I'm using my long tail method that I love so much with my doubled up needles. And just keep going, just keep going. La-dee-da. Not confident that I'm going to have enough stitches for this to even work properly. So then you'll see part of my frustration. Okay, so here we go, and then I'm going to pull this needle out, slip it out. Okay, so now I've got all of my stitches on my needle, and I can kind of spread them out. What I'm going to do, in order to join in the round, it's kind of tricky. So here we go. Here's our stitches. And there's the yarn. You want to make sure that your stitches don't get twisted up. So these are all laying nice and flat. If they were twisted, then they would be doing something like this. That's bad. That's going to create some really wonky stuff. We don't want that. Well, some people might, but we don't right now. Okay, so make sure that your stitches are nice and smooth all the way around. And so you pick it up like this with your working yarn on the right-hand needle. You slide your stitches all the way around to the left-hand needle. Bring your yarn up back here. Okay. Slide it all the way around to the left-hand needle. Pull it up as close as you can, okay? Stick your needle in, wrap it around, and knit that first stitch. So there we go. So now I've joined in the round, and I'm just going to knit all the way around. And you see, my problem right here is I did not create enough stitches. So let me go back and add some more stitches. This is a big no-no, just so you know. I'm mixing cast-on methods. This is like a knit-on. You just stick your needle between the 2 stitches and pull the yarn through. Alright, maybe that'll be enough. Okay, so let me show you that again. Let me demonstrate it again. So this is why you don't mix cast-on types. You see how this is all nice and neat? And this part right here is nice and neat, but we've got like this really wonky thing going on here. It's really ugly. You don't want to do that on an actual project. Just take the time and go through and undo it. Okay, now I've got enough stitches. You see they fit all the way around my needles. So I've got my yarn coming off of my right-hand needle. My stitches are not twisted. I'm just going to go ahead, knit that first stitch. I got to pull my yarn tight to make sure that I don't leave a big gap. So pull it tight, and then you knit and go all the way around. So as you're working with these sorts of needles, you just slide your work around and it just moves in a continuous circle all the way around. What you would probably want to do is mark the beginning of your round with a stitch marker. So that way you know when you get back to the stitch marker, okay, this is where my round started. So if you need to do 10 rows or something, then you can count your rows up and the stitch marker will move with you every single round. So this is how you use circular needles to join in the round and work in the round. Thanks for watching. Check out SultryShoebox.com for more videos, and I will see you next time.